I fucking knew it.
I thought it was you. I thought it was you. You were sitting there. I thought it was you. Oh my god. Oh my god. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do to it? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where are you? Where are you? Come back. Come back. Come back, you fucking coward. Come on. Come on. This is exactly what you want. Just, I don't even care what happens to me anymore. Just come. Come back. Come on. I'm outside. I'll be completely defenseless. Come on. Come on. Tell me. I know it's what you want. It's going to make you feel more like a man, isn't it? Come on. Tell me. End it. Just end it. Oh my god. No. No. Please. No. No.
And just like that, it was over. The pain was gone. All the fear, all the angst, all the guilt suddenly disappeared. That exact moment in time when the shovel first made contact with my skull, I immediately felt this overwhelming and unexpected sense of calm and peace. All at once, my body was completely void of any pain or suffering. Funny, I had always imagined death as something painful, sad. But to me, death was painless, a relief. To tell you the truth, I'm kind of glad it's over. My only regret is that my son never got the chance to live. Even when he was alive, he never really was allowed to live. He didn't deserve that. He was innocent. No matter how hard I tried to justify it in my mind, I never got over the fact that it was my hand that actually took his life. I can't help but wonder, what if I had married someone different? Would he have been abusive as well? Would I have met the same exact fate? I don't know. Maybe we're not supposed to know. Maybe we're supposed to just accept things the way they are and not question it. But I can't help but question it. I just want to know why my life turned out the way it did. Shortly after the trial, I read in a magazine somewhere that most women who were abused by their husbands were also abused by their fathers. I remember thinking at the time that that was really an interesting observation, but never gave it much thought until later that night in bed, when it finally, for the lack of a better word, hit me. I was one of those women they were talking about. How did I not see this? How did I not connect the dots? I grew up in it. I lived with it most of my life. It was all around me. It was all I ever knew. There it was, right in front of me, and I still couldn't see it. My father wasn't near as abusive to me as my husband was, but he was very physical. More to my mother than actually me. I remember growing up, my mother would always wear long-sleeved shirts in the summer and almost always had on sunglasses, even on a rainy day. I know now she was just trying to hide the bruises she got from my father. It's hard to believe that someone could be so naive, but I, like many women in these relationships, unfortunately are. So I sat up and thought about it for a while, asking out loud, why do women do that? What lures us back into these types of relationships? What do these men have that we want? And why do we want it? It's like we run as fast as we can to get out of one abusive relationship, just to run even faster into another. And we are not stupid either. Most of us are very intelligent. So why do we do the least intelligent thing imaginable and let ourselves, almost by design, fall prey to yet another vicious animal? What drives us into that way of life? If we were to take 100 of the world's top psychologists, put them in a room and ask them the same question, you would get 100 different answers. The truth is, every person who was abused has their own reasons for staying. Just like every abuser has their own reasons why they abuse. For me, it was simple. I stayed for one reason, and one reason only, and that was for my son. I was so convinced that if I left, he would find us, and he would kill us. And this is the kind of control abusers have over their victims. But as is that really a good reason to stay? What did it get me? What did it get my son? I wish there was a way I could talk to every abused woman out there. Even for just a few moments, let them know they no longer have to live in fear. They no longer have to tolerate abuse just for the sake of their children. They can get help if they need it. They just have the courage to ask. It's a lot easier said than done, I understand that, but there are many more shelters and safe houses now women can go to that will protect them. Stress to them the cold hard facts, make them understand that if they stay in an abusive relationship, regardless of what they want to believe or what they have been told to believe, that it will not get any better. Abusive people do not change. The inevitable will happen, and that inevitable is eventually someone will die. Statistically, 1 in 3 women who are victims of homicide are killed by the hand of their abusive partner. I want to tell these women that, show these women that, but I'll never get that opportunity. You see, he buried me under the windmill I made him promise to build me before we were married. It's a beautiful spot, actually. Plenty of shade, and the bright yellow daffodils I planted last week are even starting to bloom. They're gonna look so pretty in a few days. Daffodils have always been one of my favorite flowers. I never knew this before, but the daffodil symbolizes rebirth and new beginnings. I'm not sure whether this is fate simply working its magic again or just happenstance. Either way, it's rather ironic to say the least. They found him a few days later sleeping on a park bench. He was arrested without incident and is now back in prison where he belongs. I have to go now. They say I'll be able to see my son today, so I want to have time to prepare myself. It's been almost 5 years since I've seen him. I wonder if he still looks the same. I wonder if he still remembers me. I can't wait to wrap my arms around him and hold him for all eternity. Let him know that I love him so very much and how sorry I am for all that has happened. I know deep down in my heart of hearts that this was not my fault, and that I really did do my very best to protect him. I just hope he understands.